Hey, it's Tpok. I'm back in true Remembrance. We just finished chapter 2 last time, so yeah. The world's changing. The ground's shaking and our lives are whirling. Everything we pray for and hold on to is turning upside down. The day's coming. We'll wake up only to find that everything we've known is a monstrous lie. When black is white and white is black, what color will my eyes then see? Here we go. Chapter 3, Zero Sum. What game is that? Mancala? No. Othello. Right? Othello, I think. I put down a piece neatly snaring an off-white stone between two black ones. Then I reached out and flipped the trap piece so its black face was up. La grimaced. Your move, La. So I am Blackiris this time. There was a long pause. Then she shook her head. Fair enough. She didn't have a valid move anyhow. So instead I put down my last piece. The piece that would end the game. Probably. Of course, La kept glaring at me, even though the outcome of this game had become painfully obvious moves ago. And when I was done flipping pieces, almost all of the stones on the grid were black. That's all, folks. They're puzzled. Upon hearing this, Rook looked over the game board and sighed. What? Did you lose yet again, La? Not as badly as last time. Come to think of it, yeah, you're right. But wait, you were playing white. How come Blackiris got to make the last move, huh? A bunch of times I had no move, so I had to pass, that's why. Whoa, man, that's harsh. Blackiris, aren't you being a mite... What? A mite? You know... extreme? Can't you take it easy on her for once? And if I did that, she'd just get upset, wouldn't she now? Dude, but it's your duty to make sure she doesn't notice, isn't it now? I'm no good at that kind of manipulation, and you know it. Yeah, right, whatever. Rook shrugged and gave me one of his "oh well, at least I tried" looks. Then he noticed the glum expression on La's face and said, "Hey, keep your chin up, you're here. No shame in losing to him. See, there's no way of beating him fair and square. He plays dirty. Dirty like a dirty old man." Dirty old man. Look who's talking. I glared at him as I poured the game pieces back in their case, but he merely shrugged, as if what I just said had gone in one ear and out the other. Rook, have you ever beaten him? Oh, of course I have. Around once every 5 times we play, or less. Well, yeah, that sounds about right. I didn't like playing him much. First of all, his moves were impossible to read. He was just all over the place. Second of all, he just kept playing until he finally won at least once. This was in sharp contrast to La, whose every move and every gesture was an open book. It kind of made me wonder, did a player's true personality emerge in the stones he set down, and the patterns of his play? Then I quickly stopped myself. Because if that hypothesis was true, it made me a harsh, extreme, dirty old man. Right. Just what I wanted to be when I grew up. Anyway, tell me, are you free today, both of you? He asked, flashing us his most ingratiating, therefore his most evil smile. No. Holy smokes, man, don't be that way. You look awfully free to me, if you get what I'm saying. La, give me the straight dope, will ya? Huh? I don't think we have any plans. That's right, we have no plans. For instance, we aren't really planning on listening to your latest scheme. I'd hoped this would cut him off, but Rook just grinned and nodded. Then you've got nothing to worry about, bro. No, not scheming at all, I swear. See you on 3rd Street. Look, I said I wasn't interested. This much was obvious. If we stuck around and listened to him, we were going to get stuck in yet another of zany wild goose chases. Right. The only way to dodge this bullet was to turn a deaf ear. 3rd Street, speaking of which, Law, have you ever been there? No. What kind of place is it? Well, see, it's got these huge houses. Massive, they call it Mansion Row. I swear you feel all nice and bourgeois just walking down the road there, no joke. Bourgeois? I think I'm saying that right, I really have no idea. Never mind that. Point is, it's a nice place. And you see one of the houses on Mansion Row? That's quite enough out of you. Didn't I already tell you? We're not interested in... Unfortunately, I noticed the look on Law's face right then. Great, she was interested, all right. I'd expected he would try to pull something like this, but had that foreknowledge helped me? Hell no. I mean, Law was practically glowing with excitement and rapt attention. I shot my most sour glare at him. He, of course, just shrugged and grinned like the cat that ate the canary. As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by Blackiris here, one of the houses is old, abandoned, and scheduled for demolition. It's gotta be some big eyesore, you know. They sent me an official requisition, wanted me to perform a preliminary inspection before the demolition team moved in. He went on, flashing us a dazzling and therefore completely untrustworthy smile. But I kinda sorta forgot about it, and the deadline's tomorrow. You what? How exactly did he manage to do that? Very carefully. Let's cut to the chase. How about it? Why don't you and Law go check the place out? I promise it'll be fun. No, just no. This is your job, not mine. You go do it yourself. Yeah, but I got another job to finish by then, and well, you know. I figured as much. No wonder he'd forgotten all about this. And for that matter, exactly how many jobs was he working at once anyhow? Oh, come on, it'll be simple. From my lips to God's ears. There's nobody there. All you gotta do is walk in, take a long look around, and walk out. Boom, all done. Besides, Law wants to go. Right, Law? What the hell, man? I was gonna turn him down once and for all and leave this place as quickly as I could. But then I saw the look on Law's face. It was so full of curiosity and hope that, well, what was I supposed to do? And isn't it the duty of a guide to take his guess where she wants to go? Especially a cutie like this one. He said this softly, so that Law wouldn't hear it, but this much was obvious. He knew her character almost as well as I did. Fine, I finally replied. My mouth felt like it was full of ashes. But you have to come clean too. What are you hiding? They didn't, after all, requisition an Mnemonicide to do an inspection of any sort on any building, much less one that was going to be demolished, so there had to be some reason. Rook eventually wilted under my glare. First he turned away. Don't make me repeat myself. Alright, already. Just stop glaring at me like that, you hear? I hear stories about that house. Stories? God. Just what had I gotten myself into this time? Ghost stories, to be exact. Makes you want to laugh, doesn't it? No. This makes me want to strangle you. Intense. Oh, trolley. I like this trolley. We finished our lunch, left Aroma, headed for the station, and boarded the outbound trolley. Law looked out the window with great interest. This was something new. Her hands and cheeks were so soft and white and gentle afternoon, in the gentle afternoon light. And the shadowy I can read the shadows they cast on the opposite wall were equally soft. The light and shadow went on sketching an intricate pas de deux. I don't know. Every time the trolley clickety-clacked on the rails. We got off at 3rd Street Station. After getting our bearings, we walked along the main promenade of Mansion Row, taking in the sights and sounds as we neared our final destination. For my part, all this made me remember why I didn't bother to come here that often, or at all. There was something about the high walls and the forbidding gates and the domineering stonework that gave me the chills deep down inside. But obviously, La didn't feel the same way. She was prancing about, looking up at the mansions and statues with the greatest of interest. She was so absorbed, actually, that I was kind of surprised that she hadn't walked straight into a wall and fallen over by now. La, we're taking this turn here. Oh, amazing. Absolutely amazing. All the houses are so tall, so many rooftops, so many birds. A little crazy, isn't it? Tell me, do you know how many people live in a house like this? 2, usually. A Mnemonicide and his guest. Just 2? Just 2. I suppose there's going to be help staff as well, maids and cooks and such, but I don't really know. Why? Do you want to move into one of those mansions? One of these mansions? It'd be pretty rough. Cleaning would take days. She smiled weakly. It wasn't so surprising that she said this. She'd taken over cleaning duties at our place on 8th these days. And well, compared to these sprawling estates on Mansion Row, our place was almost laughably small and cramped. Oh, that's a nice looking house. I do have to wonder why they chose to trim the tree like that. It looks kind of like a giant pine cone. We had to consult the map that Rook had drawn for us over and over to finally find the place. It was well out of the way, lost in a maze of side streets and back alleys. I doubted that we would have been able to find it without this map. It was almost as if it didn't want to be found. It feels like it, all right. Like what? Like it might be haunted by a ghost. The windows were boarded up, the gates were rusted and choked with weeds. There was ivy chewing into the cracked stonework. No wonder people were spreading those rumors. I heard Log gulp softly beside me. What, are you scared of ghosts? Not at all. Good for you. Let's go in, shall we? I used the key that Rook had given me. I felt the lock give. Oh my gosh, that was a loud sound effect. And the door opened with a sound so ragged and miserable that it might as well have been a shriek. It was dark in here. Too dark. So dark that I couldn't see past my own nose. I couldn't see La, but I could feel her small hands gripping my right sleeve hard. So I was forced to fumble about for the light switch with my left hand. Why should she look mad at me? And then everything became clear. So the electricity hadn't been shut off yet. Good. Surprisingly tidy. So it is. Old world elegance exuded from every corner of the foyer. Not a single thing was out of place. I had not a clue whose hands had orchestrated these arrangements, but I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that they must have been skilled, because this place did not look dilapidated enough to warrant destruction. So, the inspection they want us to perform has nothing to do with structural damage. No, I should have known. It's for something quite different. Ghosts? Yeah. We're here to put an urban legend to rest, or to be put to rest ourselves. Nice choice, don't you think? Well, there was no point in just standing here for much longer. But when I took my first step forward, I felt a certain someone's grip on my sleeve getting tighter. Much tighter. You know. Huh? Oh, if you're scared, you're welcome to wait outside. I said I am not scared. Annoyance, anger, embarrassment, fear, all those things flashed across her face. She let go of my sleeve, and then she started walking briskly, deeper and deeper inside. I started to follow her. My eyes caught a flit of sudden motion. A black butterfly was fluttering through the dusty air. A butterfly? How odd. La, don't go too far, it's dangerous. Dangerous? You never know how much structural damage there is. Oh. Besides, I'm starting to get a very bad feeling about this. It's almost as if someone's watching us. There's someone else? Here? We'll find out soon enough. But that's not what I'm worried about. What is that? Don't know. You scared? Look, I already told you, not scared at all. Except her voice sounded like it was losing conviction by the second. As for me, well, I couldn't shake the feeling that someone or something was watching us. And then I saw something out of the corner of my eye. Oh. What was that just now? La turned to me. She was shaking badly. But whatever it was, I couldn't see it anymore. I guess I was imagining things. Did you do that on purpose? Not at all. But come now. If you thought it was on purpose, you shouldn't have been so scared. Doesn't matter. Scary is still scary. So you are scared. She spun quickly to try and hide it, but I could tell how fiercely she was blushing. But more importantly, when she did that, I saw the butterfly nestled in her hair. It looked kind of ominous, to tell the truth, those slender legs piercing into La's silvery hair. I made as if to brush the butterfly away, but stopped when La started trembling violently. Her face had completely drained of color, as if she'd seen something not of this world, or the next. Why? She whispered, her voice barely audible through the tightly pursed lips. She took an uncertain step forward. This was getting too eerie for my taste. La? But La did not turn, nor did she answer. She just kept staring into an empty corridor with those eyes of hers, eyes that always seemed on the verge of tears. Wait! La ran into the corridor, ran like something in the darkness had called out to her, ran like a girl possessed. La! She stopped and turned a bit. She was paler than ever, and tears were flooding from her eyes. All right, I said to myself, this is where it ends. We're walking straight out of here and never coming back. But La, she took a step backward. I'll be right back. Please, Blackiris, don't follow me. Well, this has a huge twist right now. What is going on? I don't know, but I'm gonna have to continue it next time. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's getting interesting. This book keeps progressing so much. But yeah, thanks for watching.